Good morning. In the previous lecture, we have seen two sections, 45 and 46, which define abetment, and 46 is telling about the abetter, and 5 rules or 5 explanations are there under section 46. Now we will see the further sections. 47 section, abetment in India of offences outside India. Means here what is happening? Abetment is taking place in India for an offence to be committed outside India. Section 47 is telling abetment has taken place and he will be liable. A person abets an offence within the meaning of this Sanhita who in India abets the commission of any act without and beyond India which would constitute an offence if committed in India. Therefore, this will be an abetment because abetment has taken place in India. A in India instigates B, a foreigner in country Z, to commit a murder in that country. A is guilty of abetting murder because A in India has abetted B to commit an offence of murder outside the country. Though the offence is committed outside India, abetment has taken place in India itself. That is mentioned in 47. Now section 48, which tells about just opposite, abetment outside India for an offence in India. Means person who is outside, he abets somebody there to commit an offence in India, just opposite to 47. In 47, what was happening? Abetment was taking place in India for an offence outside India. 48 is telling abetment is taking place outside India for an offence in India to be committed. Now that person is also liable here. See, a person abets an offence within the meaning of this Sanhita who without and beyond India abets the commission of any act in India which would constitute an offence if committed in India. A in a country X instigates B to commit a murder in India. A is guilty of abetting murder. Means though abetment has taken place outside in India, he will be liable. Means section 48 is catching those people who sit outside India and they are abetting people to commit an offence in India. So 47 and 48 relates with abetment taking place in India, he will be liable under the Sanhita for an offence committing outside India. And 48 is telling abetment is taking place outside India for an offence to be committed in India. He is liable for abetment under the Sanhita. This is 47 and 48. Okay, now 49. 49 states that punishment of abetment if act abetted is committed in consequence and where no express provision is made for its punishment. See, abetment is an offence. The concerned offence is to be punished. Abetment is also offence, therefore it is to be punished. For abetment, there may be some specific provisions. Means punishment of the abetment, concerned abetment may be provided specifically. But many a times we have not, each and every time we have not explained, like for abetment of this offence, this is a punishment. For abetment of this offence, this is a punishment. Like that we have not explained. So you may say that, see, punishment is not provided then. To catch those people for whom the punishment is not provided, section 49 is there, stating that punishment of abetment if act abetted is committed in consequence and when there is no express provision, then the concerned abetter will be liable for the punishment of the offence. Whoever abets any offence shall, if the act abetted is committed in consequence of the abetment and no express provision is made in the Sanhita for the punishment of such abetment, be punished with the punishment provided for the offence. Means if provisions of punishment for abetment are not mentioned in the Sanhita, if the offence is being committed, then abetment of that offence will be punished as per the offense. Got it? We'll take an example. A instigates B for giving false evidence. B, in the consequences of the instigation, commits that offense. Means he gives false evidence. A is guilty of abetting that offense and is liable to the same punishment as B. B will be liable for giving false evidence. A will be also liable for abetting, for giving the false evidence. Same punishment as giving false evidence, he will be liable. This is section 49. Now section 50, which states that punishment of abetment, if person abetted does act with different intention from that of an abetter. The abetter may have a different intention. The offender may have a different intention. They both may have a different intention. But A has abetted the offense, B has committed that offense with different intention. A will be liable as an abetter as if the offense is being done as per his intention. We'll see section 50. Whoever abets the commission of an offense shall, if the person abetted does the act with different intention or knowledge from that of the abetter, be punished with the punishment provided for the offense, which would have been committed if the act had been done with the intention or knowledge of the abetter and with no other. Means when a person abets an offense, the abetter does that offense with some different intention or some different knowledge, we have to consider that the act abetted has taken place with the same intention, with the same knowledge, and the abetter will be liable. This is section 50. Now section 51. Liability of abetter when one act abetted and different act done. Means when one act is being abetted and some other act is being done, the abetter will be liable if the other act is being done in consequences of that abetment. If it is proved that it is in the consequences of that abetment, then the abetter will be liable. We'll take an example. A instigates a child to put poison into the food of Z and gives him poison for that purpose. The child, in consequences of that instigation, by mistake puts the poison in the food of Y. Means he had to put poison in the food of Z, but by mistake he puts in the food of Y, which is by the side of that Z. Here, if the child was acting under the influence of A's instigation and the act done was under circumstances of probable consequence, A is liable in the same manner to the same extent as if he has instigated. Means he had instigated the child to put poison in the food of Z, but he puts the poison in the food of Y. Y dies or he faces some consequences, grievous hurt or something. A can't take a defense like, no, I had instigated the child to put poison in the food of Z and he has put into the food of Y. He has done that wrong, therefore I have not instigated or I have not abetted to put the poison in the food of Y. I had told him to put poison in the food of Z. Such a type of defense he cannot take. He is liable. Means liability of an abetter when one act abetted and different act is been done. If it is a probable consequences of the same abetment, then the abetter will be liable, though some different act is been done. We'll take one more example. A instigates B to burn Z's house. A instigates B to burn Z's house. B sets fire to the house and at the same time commits theft of property. A, though guilty of abetting the burning of the house, is not guilty of abetting the theft. For the theft was a distinct act and it is not a probable consequences of burning. Means what A has done, A has told B, instigated B to burn the house of Z. B has put fire to the house, but while doing that, what he has done, he has committed the theft. A never had told him, or A had never abetted him to commit a theft, and he has done. So A will be guilty of abetting burning of the house, but he will not be guilty of abetting the theft, for the theft was a separate act and not a probable consequences of the burning. So what section 51 is telling, that if abetment is taking place and some other act is being done, then that other act should be the probable consequences of abetment. Then only the abetter will be liable. Got it? We'll take one more example. A instigates B and C to break into the house at midnight for the purpose of robbery and provides them with arms and all. And while doing that, B and C, what they do, they are being resisted by Z, therefore they murder him. Now here he has not told them to murder, but he has equipped them with arms. If that murder was the probable consequences of the abetment, A is liable for the punishment of murder also. A has told B and C, we'll change little bit the facts, we'll make it short. A instigates B and C to commit robbery in the house of D. A provides them with arms and ammunition. It means what? If you have been resisted by somebody, use these arms against that person. That is been indirectly told to them. So they go to the house. They are committing robbery. At that time, they are being resisted by D, and therefore they kill him. Then A will be liable for that also. Means A has abetted theft or robbery, but in a probable consequences, what has happened? Murder has taken place. Therefore, A will be liable for punishment for murder also, because here murder is a probable consequences of robbery. I'll repeat again section 51. 51 states that when liability of abettor, when one act is abetted and different act is done, the liability of abettor will be there for the different act if the different act has taken place in the probable consequences of abetment. Got it? Today we have seen section 47 to 51. Okay. Now more sections are also there. Those sections we are going to see in the next lecture. Bye bye. See you in the next video.